Hello gorgeous souls, it's Mary Rose from Psychic Soulmate. This video is a 3-card tarot reading for our week, April 13th to April 20th. And the way it works is because you were drawn to watch this video, that the reading and the message is intended for you. The message is carried out by spirit guides. I am just a facilitator, just delivering the message, okay? And so the cards that I'm working with today are the Mythic Tarot. I love these cards. I forgot about them and my guides told me I need to work with them. And so I just pulled them out and I said, okay, so I'm going to work with them. Now, if like always, if something is quite not resonating with you, I'll completely visit back because some things have to unfold in your life for the reading to really take effect. And take notes because there's always something that you'll look at and you'll look at later and you'll say, oh, okay, I didn't get that. But you know, everything will kind of like blend together. Okay, so the first card that I put out for us is the 10 of fire. And so this, as you can see, it says self-destruction. So we kind of have been feeling this energy. This energy is going on. There's a serpent here, and so the serpent represents, snakes represent change, they represent rebirth, they represent the endings of the old. So what we're going through is a major change, It is destructive, yes, it is very intense. I'm gonna say, when I'm filming this, it's during the COVID-19, well, I'm not gonna say lockdown because that's just too harsh. That's what I hear other people saying. It's more of our self-quarantine so we can stay safe. Okay, so it has been very intense and it has been, a lot of people have been suffering and we've been going through a lot with this. So the energy is intense. So it's all about rebuilding. And I know you've heard me say this before because this is a rebuilding time. This is a time for us to really actually join forces with each other. It's not about getting upset and saying, why is this happening to me? Because there's a lot of people that are actually getting upset about being told what to do, staying home, staying safe, and saying, to get away and everything being closed and they can't go to work. And I understand that. And I'm not, I'm just trying to say you have every right to feel what you feel. So if you're watching this and if you feel that way, and those that do feel that way, it is what it is. There's a part of me that feels like that too, but it's just a little, that energy that we feel. It's like this heaviness, like that's what the 10 of fire represents. It represents a burden because we are carrying something on our shoulders. It's like, and it changes. Did you notice that every day is something different? And it's basically the same thing, but it's like, what does it have to get to this? And it's like things are more challenging. Like just something so simple as just going to the grocery store is a challenge because there's like a lineup of like an hour wait to just get into the store, to try to get your groceries delivered. There's no spots opened. To go get curbside, it's taken. So it's kind of like leaving you feeling claustrophobic. I know it did that to me. I'm just speaking from experience. Okay, so you got to release whatever you're feeling. You need to release, because things have a mysteriously way of opening up. It happened to me the other day. I was like, I just told Dave, I said, I give up on trying so hard to fight against the current of what's happening, right? Like to get your groceries and to try to get curbside and try to, just leave it the way it is. And you know what? I just went online just by chance and I was like, oh, I can get some delivery by tomorrow. It's like, it's just, when you release on something, you actually, miracles do happen. You step into a new universe. I'm not going to say that I am going to say it changes. Your perspective changes. Everything changes. Doors open for you when you release. That's what we're always talking about, me and Dave. When you release, the outcome of something and try so hard, you actually attract what you need into your life. And especially, I'm going to say for love, I know, and I've heard some people, they are wanting to get together and they are one country away and the other one is another, and there's people that want to get married, there's people that miss each other, but and they can't because of what the circumstances are, because they can't get out. It's just like the states are closed, the borders are closed and everything. That's only for our safety, and everything has to be postponed. It's temporary though, but that's the burden. But you have to see, you can change the perspective because this makes you appreciate things more. So even if you're waiting for that person to call you and you're waiting for that person to pop the question or whatever it is, when it comes to love, okay, I'm just saying the message about love, here, like, don't resist so much. Just go with the flow and trying to figure out how does this person feel about me? Is this the right thing? Is this person thinking about me because I haven't heard from them? And do they love me? Do they still love me? Yes. Everybody, like, you know what? You got to release. You got to release and just go with the flow. Give up the control. Okay. And if you do that, you know what? A rebirth and a change will happen for you. Yeah, I promise. I promise. It applies to everything, and especially with work too. There's a lot of us there's a lot of people that are not working, you know, unless you're working on the front line or for something that's essential, or you work from home, or, you know, you can find a way, but there's a lot of us that are not. So it's like, you know, where do we go from here? This burden, like these mindful things are coming into your mind. What's going to happen to me next? Where do I go? I can feel it. Just, you know, I'm recording this, you know, 2 days before, and I can feel your energy, and I know I feel you. So I have to say, just breathe. I'm going to do some yoga. I'm going to lead some yoga on here. I've been leading some Zumba classes on Twitch, and I tried it on Zoom. It didn't sound so good. And I've been leading them on my other Instagram account, Zumba Spirit, as well, like just to relieve the stress, and got a good response of that. But at the same time, I want to give some yoga too, and some more, offer some more Reiki. So what I'm trying to say, I lost my train of thought, but I'm just saying, you need to breathe. You need to breathe. I feel the people that are not working. I can feel your energy of the stress of how are you going to take care of your family, and businesses closing down. And this is, you know what, it's when one door closes, another one will open. I promise. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You know, and just know that you know, you're going to be taken care of. You will be taken care of, but you have to, well, you don't have to do anything, but my advice is to just breathe and just trust into divine timing that it's going to pass, and that something is going to open up, and there's going to be a better way. That's what it means. That's what it really does. And then we got the Four of Wind, which is the Four of Swords traditionally. And the Four of Wind is, we're at a resting stage. And that's what the Four of Wind, the Four of Swords represents. It represents retreat and rest and retreat and pause. It's all about a pause. It's all about a release. Okay. I just felt something in my solar plexus. I did a silent burp. I'm like, oh, do I cut that out? No, that's a part of the reading. Okay. It's a release. It's like letting the air out. It's like, you know, like a can of pop, and you just open it, or just twist the handle and the cap, and it just, that's what you need to do. We are just, there is so much tension. Like I was talking about, like the 10 of Wands, there's so much tension that we just need to release. It's been going on for a long time. It has. I went for a drive earlier to pick up some supplies from curbside stuff, and you know what? There was not much traffic, and you hear me always talk about where I am at, that there's road rage, there's traffic, and I have to work really hard when I drive to stay centered and stay focused and to breathe. So what I'm trying to say is that this is a time for us to just rest. Enjoy that time. Enjoy. When I say enjoy, I know that you might say, how can I enjoy? Yes, enjoy. You look at the blessing. Look at the blessing. Okay. Look at, you have your health, you have everything that you need. Mind you, maybe you have something that needs to, you know, because of everything is shut down, I understand. I hear those excuses. Well, I need this and I need that, and I have this and I have to go here and I have to do, yes, I understand. And even if it's medical, I understand it's a stressful time to get out. So like rest, really, you need to just release and rest and take advantage of this time of quietness, because this is a lesson for all of us. This is something that we need to go through, and it's to help us open up our heart chakra, to get in touch with our family, our life. And I'm not saying to get together with other family members that are, you know, if you've done the social distancing, you got to keep away from the social. Even if they are family, it's not that you are keeping away from them. You have to keep yourself distant because, well, you know, you don't need me to tell you what's going on and what you know, the bylaw and everything and what you need to do. But I'm just telling you that just release and just know that everything that's happening is for a real good reason. And, you know, it's going to be a time that we all have to reflect. There's going to be a lot of reflection. There's going to be a lot of that. But this too shall pass. And I always say that. This too shall pass. What you need to do inside, don't just stay in your pajamas and just stay in front of the television watching, you know, binge watching TV and everything. That sounds fun, but for a moment. But it's like, it's not really what you need to do. You need to get yourself active. You need to do things for yourself. You need to do things for yourself that your future self's going to, you know, thank you for. And when you do that, you're going to say, oh, I'm so glad I took that time because life is going to get back. We're going back. I mean, when I say we're going back, we're going to start again. Life is going to start again. And you know what's going to be more colorful? It's going to be more colorful. It's going to be more brighter. It's going to be more vibrant. Everything's going to be more vibrant in our life. It really will. I said this before, 2020 is an amazing year. You might say it different, like, oh, it started up with a bang and it's horrible. No, it's renovation. Come on, think about when things are being rebuilt. Things have to be knocked down. An old building has to be knocked down before a new one can be rebuilt. You know, just think about all the roads, the construction and everything. You know, this is a time for us to plant our seeds and start. Like, really, it's springtime where I'm at right now. This is the Northern Hemisphere. If you're looking at this at the Southern Hemisphere and it's almost fall, well, it's a new season. It's a new season that's just started. So take advantage of this time for yourself, for your family, to get together on, you know, like on these platforms. And, you know, we got so much technology that we are able to connect with people through, you know, through our phones and through, there's just different ways, or just pick up the phone and call somebody. I mean, you got to look at that. Okay. The third card is the star. That gives us so much hope. That is the hope card. And it says, the Pleiadian star goddess. How awesome is that card? Like, that is sunshine for us. That is sunshine. You know, it's just, it's fairy dust. It's sparkly and it's fairy dust, and it brings us, you know, just a bright, you know, thing. We got to raise our energy. Okay. For us to receive this, we need to raise our vibe. And I know, like, we don't want to, we feel, most of us feel like the 10 of Wands. I keep going back to the 10 of Wands because most of us feel that. I can feel it, burdened. We got to get out of that. Don't spiral downwards, spiral upward. Yeah, I understand. I go through those moments too. Yeah, like all of us, it's human nature. But I'm going to tell you, spiral up. Find ways to spiral yourself up. You know, get dressed, put some makeup on, put some bling, put the music on, dance, have a dance party. You know, do things for yourself. And I know you might just not feel like doing, or whatever you do. Like if you sing, sing, sing. Even if you don't sing, sing. I mean, just do something different that you normally wouldn't do. Okay, and just change it up. You know, things are, and don't watch the news. That's another thing I'm going to tell you. Don't watch the news. Don't watch the media, because when you watch too much of it, it brings you down. It actually makes you feel like, oh, really? Because there's always going to be something. There's always going to be something. Even before this pandemic happened, there was always something. Come on, think about it. It's just, it's a story that repeats itself. Okay. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Just do what you gotta do. Just do what you gotta. Stay safe. It's very important to stay safe. I can go on and tell you all the things that I'm doing to stay safe, but you find what works for you. The most important thing is that you raise your vibe. That is the biggest protection that you can have, is to actually just put that positive vibe inside of yourself and just be really happy, because happiness and positive energy actually guards you from negativity. Because I have to tell you something, and I'm going to say something, and I know that might scare you guys a little bit, but this virus, COVID-19, the coronavirus, it's actually something that's coming out from this world. It's actually something, I know you might, don't get scared. Don't worry. There's more things going on that you realize that are not from this world. And this is one of them. This is one of those things that's from, I call it an astral entity that got in, because look how mysteriously it's happening. But I don't want to harp on that. I'm not the news. Remember, the best way to fight this, yeah, you practice your protocol. That's what I call it. But you stay positive. Positive bounces off. It bounces off. It doesn't like, this thing does not like positive energy. It doesn't. And it will just, you know, because it's, you know, it's like 6 feet distance. Like, think about it. Like, it's the energy from other people, from other, okay, I don't want to get into it, but I'm going to tell you right now, positive energy, happiness, you know, find your tribe, be positive as you can be, and just like look for the good in everything. And when you do, look for gratitude. Okay. So I am just going to leave you with that, because there's a lot of hope here, and this is going to cleanse everything. You'll see, connect with those, forgive the past, you know, and just forgive those that, you know, just open your heart. That's what I'm saying. Just open your heart. Okay. And join me for yoga this soon, very soon. Look for me. I will talk more about it on my stories on Instagram, on when I'm on my stories, when I'm going to be doing it. It's probably going to be, it's going to be live, and then it'll be an IGTV video, and I'll talk more about that later. Okay, so I hope that this reading was helpful for you. If you're looking for a longer reading with me, please visit my website, psychicsoulmatereading.com, and you can book your session and time and everything on there, and the date. And until the next video, I wish you all peace, blessings, love, and light. All the best. Namaste.